Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raid's quick news video here today. One little thing, which is actually quite fun if you guys are into lore. Right, they teased it a couple of days ago. Something's coming on the 10th of September. It's gone live. It's just a lore video. I did see people in the comments saying they think it is the voice actress. I think, is it Patty Madison or something like that? For Sylvanas from World of Warcraft. She certainly sounds like that, the Lydia voice actress. But it's a super cool lore video. It's like 5 minutes long. But they've been trying to do this more often recently with like the Lizardman lore. Now we've got some Dark Elf stuff. I am definitely hoping for some new Dark Elf champions, maybe some buffs to the Dark Elves, right? Something for the Dark Elves to make them a little bit better, because I do feel like they're one of the weaker factions in the game. Who knows? Who knows? We had, I think, 2 different episodes of Razin Scarhide lore, and what we didn't get was any buff to poor Razin Scarhide. So I don't know. I guess don't hope for too. I guess I shouldn't be too hopeful. But hey, there it is. We also have info on the summon event coming this weekend. It's not great, guys. So on Friday, the 12th of September, 2 events simultaneously. It's a 2x for epic and legendaries, no mythicals from primal shards. So epic and legendary, but not mythicals being boosted from primal shards. This basically makes where do we see the chances here? There we go. It basically turns the primal into kind of like a supercharged ancient shard. A primal is sort of by default like an ancient shard and 2x ancients. So it's like, for how hard they are to get, not great. But like it becomes quite a supercharged ancient. It's like it's like a 4x ancients in a way. A 2x epic and legendaries for primals, but primal shards are so hard to get. It's just not a great idea generally to pull in these events. The better thing to do generally is to aim for the 2x mythicals. Ideally 2x everything is by far the best. But 2x mythicals, that 1% chance for a mythical, it's still very small. You're still very likely not to get it, but it is generally preferred to try get more mythicals, because mythicals are number 1, really strong, and number 2, really fun. So you want mythicals, right? You want mythicals. You want to maximize your chance for those. So I don't like, I give this an X. I don't like this event. I think stay away. And it has been a long time since we had 2x mythicals. I can tell because I've saved up 38 primal shards in the meantime, which is a lot. And I don't think I've even maxed out the primal shards either. So, I could have saved over 40 easily, I think, if I'd been absolutely maximizing live arena and all the rest. But yeah, we're probably going to get 2x mythicals sometime by the end of the year. You might have to wait a few more months, but why not? Why not wait a few more months, save the primals? You're still going to pull them eventually, and pull them when you've got the best chance for a mythical. Now, we do have a 15x event going alongside this, and here's the important thing. If you are going for the Smart Fella Titan event and you're going hard on it, like you're trying to get that 5-star Donatello soul, there might be a hero's path. There could be a summon rush event. There could be some, there's very, very likely, almost definitely, I'd say 99% certainty, there will be some sort of summon event which will give you Titan event points that's going to require you to summon. There's a 15x, so it's like a summon rush for your other shard type, so you can do it with those, but it's not great to do so. But at the same time, it's not bad. Let's look at the voids first. Shredder. That's the one that stands out, is Shredder. Little Miss Annie, she's okay, but not amazing. She's been used a little bit actually for Chimera and stuff like that. She brings increased attack for herself, perfect fail for herself on a 2-turn cooldown, turn meter boosting. She can, in theory, with a lot of accuracy, which is unlikely, but it's there. She could put decreased accuracy heal reduction. She does hit very hard. She hits hard when she revives. She gets revived with a big shield. So yeah, she's not, she's a decent damage dealer. She's not amazing. She's not terrible. She sees some niche use. I'd say she's the worst of these. Shredder stands out because it's Shredder. He's limited edition. Now, here's the thing. I think the other champion that is in this 15x is better than Shredder. Shredder, yeah, to me, he feels like a 4 out of 5. He's okay. He's reasonably tanky. He's got reasonably good damage. He scales up very well when people are dead, sure. But like he's not quite as tanky as I want to be because so much of his damage is tied into this passive. He doesn't generally do quite as much damage as I want him to do. So I'm not too impressed with Shredder. I think Big Papa Drock just put out a video on Shredder yesterday, which I'll go and watch just in advance of this event, just to double check what Big Papa Drock thinks about him. Fidey, though, Fidey is very nice. So I will put Fidey ahead. Now, Fidey will be permanently available in the game where Shredder won't be. So, Shredder, he's got the fun factor, he's got the cool factor, he's limited edition. You might want to pull for him just for that. But I do think Fidey is a much more useful champion overall. Increase resist and perfect veil on your whole team, and then decreasing everyone's skills. He has an AoE buff removal with block buffs, decrease speed, and a turn meter boost for your team. He heals on his A1 and does a bit of turn meter boosting. He's got a cool passive. He's got a lot going on, actually, a lot going on. People really like Fidey. Fidey is super good. So, yeah, I would be going Fidey number 1, Shredder number 2. I would actually, you know what? I think it is maybe viable to pull Little Miss Annie. That's a spicy take. It's a hot take. I think Little Miss Annie is a champion most people don't really think about too much, but I do think that she has a place and she can be somewhat useful. I bet her reviews are terrible. Yeah, her reviews are absolutely terrible. I think that's too harsh. I think she's certainly not top tier by any stretch of the imagination. I would take Fidey over her 10 days out of 10. Let's be real. But she's not totally useless, and you can do some interesting niche things with her. Aboro and Diana Gloompiercer, they're both decent epics, nothing special, both sort of damage dealers. Aboro can mischief tank. I've done videos on that in Hydra in the past, which is pretty cool. Diana's like mini ally attack. She's pretty cool. They're both decent, but nothing crazy. Looking at the non-voids then, and let's just do it in red, I guess, because why not? There are some really good ones in here. I'll say Loki is the least exciting, and then maybe for me Prisma. But honestly, Firol is amazing, and I would probably rate them probably like this: 1, 2, 3. I think, but it's certainly up for debate. The 3 big Perfect Veil champions in the game, I think Firol probably stands out. He does not have the revive. You're missing that, but he has increased resist with the Perfect Veil. He has decreased accuracy and block buffs. He has a decreased speed. And then he's giving you, this is the big thing, a 20% damage boost, which sounds small, but it's huge, right? That's an additional 20% damage boost. Amazing. And you can give him protection set on top of that for even more and all of that. He is really, really strong. He opens up a lot of... We were looking at Chimera yesterday on stream, and it was like, man, if I had a Firol, this would be so much easier because he opens up so many trials with those particular buffs and debuffs for Chimera, even for Demon Lord, definitely for Hydra. He is amazing. He doesn't have a revive, though. Blaked, I might put second. He has lots of buffs. Increase accuracy, increase defense, increase attack, perfect veil, a turn meter boost. His A1 can freeze, not very useful. He has a revive, but it's pretty bad. It's not a very good revive at all, but it is a revive. And again, he's giving you a little bit more damage, 10% more damage. So Glaykid is really, really good as well for these bosses, for Hydra, for Chimera. Again, for Chimera specifically, he's providing you with lots of buffs, a backup revive if you need it, and nice damage boosts as well. So he's a solid option. Duchess, I would put in third place out of all of them. She's still super good, right? But Duchess, block debuffs, increase attack, perfect veil. And then she has a revive. No turn meter, but decent health. And then, damage reduction and stuff like that. Duchess is one of the OGs, and she's still phenomenal. A big part of what makes Duchess phenomenal as well, which the others don't quite have, is that she combos very well at Volcanos, right? So it's a very reasonable team to put together to get Volcanos his faction ally. So like you can go in and go like, I pick Duchess, Volcanos, and Commodus, or I go Duchess, Volcanos, and Carnage, and it's a strong combo. If you got Volcanos, yeah, very, very good there. So those are big to me. Prisma, I'm not so sure about. I know people do struggle with High Elves big time. Prisma has a revive, and it's a decent revive, single target, increased attack, perfect veil. And Prisma has mini ally attack thing that's very strong. A Mad Hatter style ally attack, a Teox style ally attack, highest crit damage, and gives them a really big damage boost. 35% ignore defense. Sounds small, but you stack that with Merciless, and it's massive. And if you kill somebody, the ally gets an instant turn as well. Pretty powerful. And then she's got a fun thing, but it is random, where they can be flipping buffs into debuffs and stuff like that. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. So Prisma is good, but I feel like a bit more of a faction war champion. They are nice. Loki's not bad at all either. Loki's a great champion, but as a login promo code champ, not quite as exciting. Loki is great for wave-based content. Coming in with the AoE block active skills because he can spread it when he's under Perfect Veil, which is really cool. And yeah, Loki's good. He's phenomenal as a new player because people don't have Stone Skin. So you come in and you can block active skills their whole team. It's very powerful. He's very difficult for people to kill because of his evades. But yeah, he wouldn't be one really that I'd be chasing. He's certainly useful, but probably not too much. So that'd be sort of my thoughts on that. Then Rector Drath, Quarrying the Crown, Kellen the Shrike. For me, Rector Drath, 100%. Quargan is okay. Kellen, I think, is pretty meh. Not a big fan of him. And that's how I feel about the Epic. So for me, it's very much Fidey is the clear winner. And actually, I've made this... I realized that I've made this... no, actually, I like where Shredder is. I'm moving Fidey further up. Fidey for me is... Actually, no, not that much of a winner, actually. Fidey be pretty similar to this. I think Feral maybe is the most useful, actually, out of all of these. Maybe even more useful than Fidey. They're pretty close. But yeah, Fidey very good. Glakid, Feral, and Duchess all very good. This would be my preference, but you might have a different one, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm sure the comment section won't mind me having my preference, and you can have yours. But I do think that generally that would be sort of what I'm looking at. I guess if you're a newer player, Feral would lose some value. He's certainly more end game, where you don't rely on the revive half as much. And it's like Duchess is probably the best at keeping them alive. So Duchess might be more appealing earlier in the game. And then Glakid and Feral, I think, become more appealing later in the game. Perhaps there is that for sure to bear in mind if you're a newer player. But yeah, it's a kind of dodgy event. I'm not too keen on it, to be honest. Like, yeah, if you need to do it for the Titan event points, you could do some Sacred Shards. It's not too bad. I mean, certainly from my account, again, you guys saw, I mentioned it, and we were trying to do some Chimera stuff, and I was like, it's just really hard, right? Like, I'm going to do a whole video on this, but let me just throw this out. You know, like getting this for this rotation, it's about to change. So I think this 4-star Basalt is going to go elsewhere. It will be on a different trial once Chimera resets. So I think, Chimera is changing in 1 day in 21 hours. So I'm not too pushed about this right now, but it's something to bear in mind. It's actually really hard to do this trial. Damage the Chimera while your champions are under Perfect Veil. Like, if you're not running somebody who self-Perfect Veils, like, well, I guess Little Miss Annie does it, but like Ninja or Toshiro or whatever, it can be really hard to do this. There's not that many good Perfect Veil champions in the game. Most of them are in this 15x. I don't have any of them. I've got Rector Drath, so like I'm in a situation on my 5-year account with multiple mythicals, etc., where I'm going, do I need to bring in Rector Drath just to try desperately get this 4-star Basalt because it's now super important? And I'm now running Ultra Nightmare twice in the week as well, just to try get 2 4-star Basalts just to level up relics because that's crazy. It's like 4 legendary relics, right? You get your 4 3-stars, and then you feed 3 of them into the 1 legendary to make a 4-star food. This is it's basically 4 legendary relics. It's better than like 400 legendary relic materials, basically, because the 400 legendary relic materials, pretty good chance a bunch of them are epics. It's really strong. We'll do a whole video on this, but this one's a nightmare. Getting past this Perfect Veil, I'm like, part 2, no problem. This one, annoying, real pain in the ass, super pain in the ass, because like sometimes, fear messes him up, but only sometimes, because it's fun, right? But you need a lot of time. So you need to get through this quickly. It's tough. Anyway, that's sort of my rant. But I do think these champions are actually quite good. But it's a pretty unappealing event apart from that. So if you're close to Mercy, absolutely worth going for. Yeah, either the top 2 voids, any of the top 3 legend non-voids, I would say absolutely worth going for. But yeah, it's just not a great event. It's not at a great time. I don't know. There we go. You know what we need? We need like a good like dark elf reviver with perfect veil or something like that, right? That's what we need, right? For some dark elf lore next fusion, dark elf perfect veil reviver. I don't know. They're kind of I don't know, butchus Lilu dominatrix. I don't know, something like that would be good. Who knows, guys? That's it. That's all I've got. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.